All right. Well, that was really abrupt. I'll have to work on that. Hello, everybody. We are Baseball and Whatever. This is our first live broadcast. We are figuring out StreamYard as we speak. I'm Justin. There's Greg.
Hello.
To the millions of people watching, not really. I think it's maybe my parents and Vinny's parents. And
will this go better than Bruce Almighty when he went live in the movie?
sure,
Remember that when he was
I
on
honestly
the ship?
don't remember that at all.
Oh, you don't
Bruce
remember?
Almighty?
He was on the boat with Jim Carrey. You ever see that movie?
Oh, I thought that was Evan Almighty.
No, that was Steve Carell.
Oh, okay.
Jim Carrey, when he's on the boat, goes live for the first time and flips out. I don't know.
Oh, and he starts talking in tongues.
Yeah. First thing I thought of going live.
So, well, there's Greg. There's Justin. I guess I'm talking in the third person. Vinny.
Hi, Justin.
Thank you, Greg. Hello. Vinny, the third chair in this, is on assignment. That tall lumberjack is doing something. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably working. He's in the chat right now with his dad. So we'll see what happens. He's not working. So Vinny, if you need the StreamYard link, let us know. He's critiquing us as we go. Right. All right. Well, we are Baseball and Whatever. If this is your first time listening to us, thank you very much. We do our primarily baseball and sports focused discussion in the beginning, Cubs, Sox, all Chicago sports. And then we switch gears to our whatever topic. This week, Greg, we are talking 90s one-hit wonders, which this is my wheelhouse because
here we go.
I am still listening to 90s music all the time in the car.
Well, I think I got a couple songs, and I took a little bit of a different approach to this, but we'll get to that and whatever. But I think I got a couple songs on here that you might be close, near, and dear to your heart.
Really? So, my list. I don't even think I finished my list, to be honest. I'm hoping. Yeah, I did not finish my list, so I got to find out what I did with it. But anyway, that is it. But if you'd like to reach in and talk to us, you can come on our YouTube channel, search Baseball and Whatever. You can talk to us right now. I see Vince is in the chat. Hi, Pretzel Vince. Hope you're doing well. I just went and picked up some plumbing, some pipes. He knows what I'm talking about there. So little inside baseball there for him. Anyway, you can reach us on a variety of ways. You can check us out at facebook.com/baseball and whatever. Email the show at baseball-and-whatever@gmail.com. Tweet us at baseball and what. Search Baseball and Whatever. Subscribe. We are over 100 subscribers now, so our custom URL is forthcoming once YouTube gets off their butt and verifies us as a literal I don't know, influencer on YouTube, I guess.
Instagram at baby.
Well, yeah, we're influencing a lot. Instagram at baseball and whatever. We also have a Twitch page, which we are broadcasting this live. And you can search us there at baseball and whatever as well. We have our apparel line, bonfire.com/baseball and whatever. And we also have some sponsors we'll talk about later. But because we're doing this live, we don't have the ad read. So, real quick, if you want to check out bellyupsports.com, that is our official podcast network and our lovely, lovely sponsor. If you are into baseball, hockey, football, basketball, soccer,
NASCAR.
NASCAR. They even have a wrestling page. Check them out. They have a ton of podcasts, including ours, which is lovely. And they have tons of articles written by excellent writers. So do us a favor, go to bellyupsports.com, tell them Baseball and Whatever sent you. But without further ado, I think it's time to finally start the show. Vinny is still in the chat. Vinny, get on here. Anyway, we start off our show
is he saying anything?
I can't see. He says, hi, guys. That's it. That's about it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Vinny, you should be working. Anyway, we are going to start off the show. It's episode 55. We like to start off by trying to recount famous 55s in Chicago sports. Absolutely. I only have two, but Greg, I'll defer to you. Do you want to go first?
Sidebar really quick. Are you doing actual plumbing pipes? Is that a plumbing thing? What are we working
story. So in Manhattan, all of the basement sub pumps kick out to the sewer, which is kind of a problem, in my opinion. And our lovely father-in-law, Pretzel Vince, was so nice enough the other week. I was sick. He cut the grass for us, which was super nice. And the pipe that comes out of the ground and goes into the sub pump may have been accidentally collided with. So we're just replacing that. And in the meantime, it was kind of good because it's forcing me to get off my butt. And we're going to put a valve so if the sewer backs up, we can switch the pipe so it'll just flow out into the backyard as opposed to into our basements like it did in the past. Yes, Vince, we are doing the repairs. When I say I'm doing them, I should clarify it's my dad. If he's upstairs watching, thank you, Dad. All right,
McAwees are over.
Yes, they're watching Matt. They're in to visit some family that's in the that's getting out of the hospital. Hi. So I will.
And if they're listening, hello, McAwee family.
There you go. All right.
Okay,
Favorite
55s.
55s. Who you want to start with, Greg? What team?
I'll start with my White Sox.
Okay.
A guy that we could, even though our starting pitching's been decent, we could still really use him. How about Carlos Rodon, 55, our
Oh,
most recent
yes.
55?
We do not have the soundboard ready because Vinny is not here, so I'm just gonna imagine there's a ding playing right there.
I'll hear the ding, ding,
ding.
How about a little bit Felipe Paulino back in the day, right before Rodon was called up, I believe?
Yes, 2014. 2014.
Oh, was it 14? I was going to say 13. Okay. And the guy, here's a name for you. How about backup catcher Donnie Lucy?
Yes. 2010 and 2011. Well done.
God, that's way too long for him. He did that thing too where he wore his catcher helmet forwards, then put on the mask.
Yeah, that's a weird look.
Mean, it does fit in there just fine, but wear that shit backwards, please.
Yeah, do it right.
I don't have any other 55s.
No. All right, let me regale you.
Do you have the list?
I do have the list. 2006, you had Brandon McCarthy, former pitcher for the White Sox.
Oh, okay, that was his first year.
2001, former Pittsburgh Pirate. I didn't even know he was on the White Sox. Josh Fogg. Oh my God. And then there's somebody from the 70s named Jack Cusick. I've never even heard of him, so I'm gonna close the book on him.
Yep.
What else you got for me, Greg?
That's it for the Sox. I got some Cubs.
Sure, let me.
Did you have any? Did you have any Cubs?
No, I don't.
I thought of two. I thought of two.
I actually no. I did not have any Cubs. So go ahead, give me what you got.
How about a little bit of Coy Hill?
That is correct. Coy Hill. Coy Hill is correct.
The other one, Sean Estes.
Sean Estes is also correct. He was the Cubs' 5th starter in 2003.
Just 1 year with the Cubs, right?
Just 1 year. Yeah. Okay. Apparently, Augie Ojeda had 55 in 2000. He was a fan favorite because he sucks.
God, I thought he was number 1.
I thought he was too.
Not like in the rankings or anything.
So, no. And apparently, Ryan Theriot wore 55 in 2005 as a rookie. So there you go.
All right, 55.
And
there you go.
That's it. There was a guy in the 50s called El Tape who wore 55.
El Tape. All right.
There you go. In terms of Blackhawks, the only main one that's worth knowing is there's two actually. Number 55 for the Hawks in the early 2000s was really good and then derailed by back problems. That would be the one and only Eric Daze. I don't know if you've heard him.
Big fan of Daze.
Big fan, Daze. I got mad. There was a guy on sports radio that used to call him Eric Daze because no one gave a shit about the Blackhawks back then. And I'm like, dude, you're a sports radio host. You should know the names of the players.
Seriously, and Daze just sounds awesome.
And then he was pretty good. His back messed up his career. And then Stanley Cup champion with the Hawks during the first Cup, 55, Ben Eager. Eager.
Okay.
So that's it. And in terms of Bears, the only big one I can think of is Lance Briggs.
Lance Briggs. Big Doug was 55, I believe. Doug Buffone and Otis Wilson on the Super Bowl team.
There you go.
Nice. I got a special one tonight, John.
All right.
Special occasion. Calgary Flames wore 55. So I actually went up and looked this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players.
I can think of their former captain that's a Maple Leaf right now that I think was 55.
Okay,
Mark Giordano.
There's a Mark on this list, but it's not Giordano.
Okay, then I don't know. Go ahead. What do you got?
Okay, we'll start from current to farthest, I guess.
Okay,
that's
all right.
Okay, Noah Hannafin currently wears it.
Oh yeah, he's a defenseman. Yeah,
defenseman. Okay. Is it John Ramage in 15?
Yes.
Okay.
He was a defenseman. I believe. Yeah.
Shane O'Brien in 14.
Also a defenseman. Yeah.
All right. Adam Party in 09.
Also a defenseman. Got punched in the face, I believe, by Adam Burrish and was dropped in one punch.
Really?
Back in a game against the Hawks.
A lot of defense were in 55.
Yes.
For the Flames
it's more of a defensive number. Yep.
Okay. Steve Smith from 99 to 01.
He was also a former Blackhawk. Steve Smith. He was number 5 for the Hawks.
Okay. So we just had to tack on an extra one. So do we have Rocky Thompson in 98?
That one I do not know.
Okay.
That one I don't
Going
know.
to 92, Mark, is it Oseki?
Mark Oseki. I do not know that one either.
Okay. 90 to 91, Ken Sabarin.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Last name sounds familiar. And last one, looks like maybe the father of John Ramage, Rob Ramage from 88
yes,
to 89.
Rob Ramage had a pretty long career in the NHL from what I remember. So
those are the Calgary Flames who wore 55. Those are my guys now. I'm all on board with
really
this.
happy that you've totally embraced this hockey lifestyle.
I have. Brilliant. It just took a podcast with you and Jake Hahn, and I've transformed myself into a completely different human being. So.
Greg, I am on the hunt for a black Calgary Flames hat for you.
There's not a lot of choices out there. Once you said that, I started looking up. I'm like, there's not only do they not have a lot of hats, they don't have any like good hats. Or
no, they're just all.
They don't
red.
have any good hats, or just just kind of dinky hats. So.
Yeah. They're mostly red. In our chat, Pretzel Vince says other Bears with number 55: Larry Strickland, John Roper, Vincent Smith, and Sean Harris.
Okay.
Do you know any of those players?
No.
Who
are these fucking guys?
Yeah. We got jerseys and everything. All right. Yep. Well, that does it for our number segment. Let's move on to our emails, tweets, and YouTube comments. And we have 2 YouTube comments from longtime listener, Glucosamine Chondroit. And Greg, what did Glucose have to say this week?
Well, he had a couple thoughts going on. I don't know. Is he turning on us? Let's start with the first one right here.
All right.
I thought the Suicide Squad, or the Suicide Squad, which is the newest one, right? That was on HBO Max.
Yes.
Was pretty funny, and I really liked Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. I know you like that one, Justin. You said
that was a great movie. That's a great DC movie. Okay. I agree with that one.
He continues on, but I never watched Suicide Squad. That said, I am not interested in Suicide Squad video game or Gotham Knights. Now, we were kind of on board with Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad video game, it's kind of like a will see at this point.
See how it goes, yeah.
I half agree with you, Glucose, I suppose. I haven't seen the Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad. Didn't care for. Now I'm done saying Suicide Squad. So
yeah, both movies I was really excited for, and both kind of dropped the ball for me.
I will say
and I like DC comics and movies.
Yes,
so.
you do. I will say the trailer for the first one was pretty cool with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, the trailers were way better than the actual movie.
Yeah,
way
for sure, 100%.
Way better.
All right, I don't know what to do with this one, Justin.
Yeah,
what are you doing
let's
to us?
Let's preface this by saying I do not believe our listener Glucosamine Chondroitin is from Chicago. So
he could be. He could just be one of those guys. Okay.
And this is more of a Chicago thing, so we might let him off the hook here. But go ahead.
Ketchup is delicious on hot dogs. I'm not letting him off the hook.
No.
Is Glucose? Are you like under the age of 9? Because that's the only way.
No, I thought he said he had a wife, and I thought he had a wife when he wrote in one time. Well, let's just preface this by saying in Chicago, it's considered like a mortal sin to put ketchup on a hot dog because we have Chicago dogs, which are arguably the best hot dog ever, in my opinion.
Yes.
But you got your mustard, you got your green, like neon green relish.
Neon green Vienna beef relish.
You got your sport peppers, you got your celery salt, you got your onions, your tomato, and a pickle wedge, or pickle slice. And I think that's it, right?
That's it on a poppy seed
bun.
Yep.
And that's it.
Dog.
Yeah, I don't want chili. I don't want cheese. I just want that. Now, that being said, Greg, this may be blasphemous.
Oh boy.
We cooked some chicken sausage brats on the grill today.
Okay.
I may have put a little ketchup on chicken sausage brats. Those are not hot dogs, though.
Chicken sausage brats. I'll get back to you on that one.
All right, let me know.
Well, you're a big ketchup guy.
I am, but I don't put it on hot dogs because that's.
I've gone out to dinner with you several times, and I've seen that ketchup bottle like disappear. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah, it's not good. It's probably not good for my sodium levels.
And you are a very fast eater. For a very thin,
we could do a whole podcast
for a very thin person. You eat like a very large man.
Well, not very thin, but thank you, Vince. Thin. He says chicken brats are not hot dogs.
What chicken brats are?
I like to think I eat fast because when I was a kid, my dad would steal our French fries when we weren't eating fast enough. So I got it. I'll just blame my parents. Why not? So
just skip the chicken brat next time and make a regular brat.
A regular brat. Well, Erica bought them. They're not bad. The one was like apple hickory, and the other was
okay. All right,
chicken caprese or something. I don't know. So
so
that was good.
Mr. Italy over there.
I know. Hey, I have a very refined palate. What can I say?
Apparently,
I put ketchup on everything, and that's about it. All right, let's move on.
Gordon Ramsay would be very upset with you.
Oh, he'd be pissed.
I don't think he allows ketchup at his restaurant.
Oh boy, we can tell that my buddy Greg must also be watching because he just texted me and said ketchup on hot dogs is a must, and he's from he's from further in Chicago than we are. I think he grew up in Greg Horn. I think you grew up in Berwyn. No, not Berwyn. He grew up more near the center of the city, if I'm not mistaken. Center suburbs. Is that a thing? But anyway.
Seriously, Greg? Come on.
I mean, as a kid, I liked ketchup on hot dogs.
As a kid, that's fine. But then you get yelled at. You get yelled at by a hot dog vendor at Comiskey, and that just changes your life forever.
You know what, though? As much as I railed against this kind of thing in the past, I've kind of grown into the you do you. And hey,
that's true.
Whatever makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting somebody. I mean, personally, putting ketchup, I think, is hurting yourself, but
you'll be judged. That's
in the big scheme of things, it could be worse. So,
right, fair enough.
Vince says if Glucose is from Chicago, he must live on the north side. All right. Well, I don't think they put hot anyway. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
All right, let's go on. We do have. We're gonna get to Greg's hot takes now. Unfortunately, we don't have the hot take music if you're listening to us live, so we apologize. But, Greg, what is exciting you, angering you, and keeping you going this week? What do you got for us?
I like Vinny's hot take. Or is this? This was Vinny. YouTube MLB broadcast sucks something fierce.
Yeah,
good. He's referring to the Cubs that were on YouTube
TV yesterday.
It wasn't. It was on regular YouTube.
Yes.
Wasn't it? It wasn't like free game of the day or anything. It was just
regular. No, it was on regular YouTube. And then if you had,
I didn't hear the broadcast. So
it was Yonder Alonso, I believe, former White Sox.
Ugh.
And one of the guys formerly of MLB Network, I can't remember what his name was.
Harold Reynolds, because that would be quite terrible.
Actually, let me look it up here. But yeah, supposedly there was a way to switch the audio feed, which I did not find out until the game was over.
The game was over. Whoops.
Yeah, but
Yonder Alonso and Adam LaRoche.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Scott Braun and Yonder Alonso.
Scott Braun. Rather listen to Lloyd Braun. Can't you be more like Lloyd Braun?
All right, so yeah, it wasn't atrocious, but it wasn't good. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
It wasn't atrocious, but it wasn't necessarily good.
Well, I should have too. I ended up watching the Flames that night.
Yes, anyway, game. We'll get into that when we talk about the hockey playoffs. But yeah, that was way more entertaining than the Cubs game last night. But they did win. No, they lost last night, I think. No, the
Flames won.
The Flames won. The Cubs won.
Oh no, the Cubs lost.
Cubs lost. Flames won.
Yes.
So I am so happy that you're a hockey
I'm in.
This makes me so happy.
Suck me in, tractor beam.
You'll be buying ESPN Plus next year to watch all the Flames games.
I have ESPN Plus now.
Well, then you could be watching them all as you go next week.
I will be watching them all.
And then Greg, you also got one other thing here in your hot take.
Yes, I do. Look at that, Justin. You gone and done it again. I look at your video game list, and lo and behold. Now you know me, I'm a pretty knowledgeable video game guy, but you sneak one in on me every now and again. I'm still not up to your knowledge, but you introduced me to Mod Nation Racers.
Yes.
And I have a funny story about this for you. I found this for $9 on eBay.
Okay.
I just picked it up. I didn't even look at it. I'm just like, oh yeah, buy. There is actually a group of younger kids still playing this game with local multiplayer right now.
Really?
Believe it or not, because I brought this up at my place of employment, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we still play this on the PS3." So, there we go. I'm excited.
Fun. Did you play it yet or no?
I don't have it yet.
Oh, it's still coming. Okay.
It'll be delivered sometime between next Monday and next Wednesday, according to the eBay.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. This is I watched some gameplay on it. I watched the intro video. I'm like, this looks kind of cool. I'm always into stuff like that. So it was on your top 5 list, or was it on? No, it was your
honorable mention.
Honorable mention. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a whirl. Let's see. And $9. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's fun. I think the girls will like it because they can create their own little characters,
and
arts, and you can even create the tracks too. So, and I'm assuming the servers are shut down. Well, maybe
the servers are the servers are definitely
because there was a lot of cool stuff on there you could download. People recreated the Mario Kart tracks and all that kind of stuff. And
so I probably won't do that, but I still will have access to the creation tools apparently. So fun game with the kids or something.
Yeah.
Probably never play it, but it'll be there.
It'll sit in the plastic wrap again, unfortunately.
It won't be in plastic wrap because it's a used game. But
well,
Case, booklet, disc in very good condition. So
it was, I don't know about you, but when I used to get a video game back when they had the little instruction case, manuals inside, I used to love reading those things when I was a kid.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't do it anymore.
Now it's just some BS insert.
Paper.
Manual is
it's all digital.
Are all digital now. So
it's all digital. Yeah, it's not
Grand Theft Auto, they still do the map, though. I think
the map. I think Skyrim did a bunch of that stuff.
Skyrim did it too.
I could be wrong.
Yep.
All right, before we officially kick off the show with some baseball talk, we want to thank one of our new partners, In the Clutch, for joining us here on Baseball and Whatever. In the Clutch is an awesome sports apparel company that is known for their licensed MLB, Negro League, and MLS apparel, along with great shirts to rep your favorite retro hockey, baseball, and football teams. Even better, you can head to intheclutch.com now and at checkout, use promo code Baseball and What to get 10% off your order. How great is that?
It's incredible.
I know. I keep meaning I need to buy some stuff off there. So once again, head on over to intheclutch.com. Check out your different sports apparel that you'd like. And at checkout, use the promo code Baseball and What for 10% off your order. Go on, check them out. You will not be disappointed. I still need to order the Chicago Amateur Giants Negro League shirt, as well as I think a Chicago Cougars WHA hockey shirt. But there's some really cool stuff. There's some really cool stuff on there. I believe Robert Flores, formerly of ESPN, also has his own line of shirts on there as well. If you are a fan of his, I was checking that out. So In the Clutch, thank you very much for sponsoring the show. We appreciate you a ton. So
don't forget that promo code.
Baseball and What? All right, Greg, the White Sox. We do have next week. You will hear some voicemails from Greg that I edited, and we did some fun with audio. We put a bunch of sensors in because it's so much more funnier to hear Greg upset when there's just a bunch of constant beeps and bloops. But you will hear that next week. But the White Sox have had a rough go, if I'm not mistaken. So, Greg, let's check your pulse. How are you feeling about the White Sox at the moment?
I don't know, because they won this afternoon 7-4. It was looking a little shaky there at the beginning because they were getting to good old Vince Velasquez. Hello, still in the freaking rotation. But lo and behold, the offense came alive, and TA and Luis Robert were heroes with the bat because the team won 7-4. I can't remember the last time this team scored more than 4 runs. Probably a long time ago. So, yeah, I mean, just literally a day before yesterday even, or before the game started, yeah, I was just, my typical grumpy, angry-ass White Sox fan. So, yeah, it was a great win today. We're heading into New York. Probably for an ass whooping. That's what I'm anticipating. And no one likes playing in New York. The Yankees are
no one likes
it.
the Yankees, period.
Yankees suck. They're probably gonna beat our ass. But before today's win, I was a much different person. I had a much different attitude. I kind of felt like Johnny Upton in the movie Slapshot. If you've seen, he's the captain of the Charlestown Chiefs, wears number 12. I felt like I was sitting on the bench watching the Hansons being the White Sox, skate for the first time on the ice. And all I can think to myself is, these guys are a fucking disgrace. That is pretty much what I had going on. I mean, before this, we are losing to the Kansas City Royals, and that's not
a good look.
That doesn't sit well for me. You know why? Because the Royals suck, but they were still better than the White Sox. I mean, they sent down that pitcher, Brady Singer, call him back. They sent him down because he was stinking, called back up and makes the White Sox look like fools. Then they drop another one when we had the young pitcher up. But yeah, just the run scoring, they're just boring to watch, or they were boring to watch. I mean, today was okay. I listened to it on the radio, but I mean, this is supposed to be a fun, energetic team, and it's just been the opposite right now. And like we said before, they got me turning on hockey, Justin. So
hey, I'm not going to argue with that. Playoff hockey is the best hockey. So
I am still okay. So they're 19-19 right now. They're 500, which is not.
They're only 3 games out of first place, though, Greg.
That is right. And I still let me clarify this. I still think we are still the best team in the division, and we will win the division.
You think you'll
I
beat the
know
Twins?
I think we'll beat the Twins. My panic level is not there yet. I know some White Sox fans are ready to jump off this ship. I know they're losing their minds. There's also dumbass Twitter fan or Sox Twitter fans out there like Moncada's agent, aka Kareem Ron 33, who's just on Twitter going, "Oh, can we just win a game already? So we don't so Sox fans don't bitch about meaningless losses." I'm like, well, these aren't meaningless losses. They're in the division, and if this thing does come down with the Twins, as you said before, Justin, those losses can hurt. I mean, you all remember how all the Matt Thornton blown saves hurt us.
Oh
in the
yeah.
end
Well,
of that season,
you can't win. You can't win. You can't make the playoffs in the first couple months, but you can definitely lose the chance to make it to the playoffs in the first
yes, you
couple months.
can. Absolutely. So. I still think this team is worse than their record. It's mostly just been the offense for me right now. I mean, they just need to heat up. I mean, before today's game, they had a -30 run differential.
That sounds about right.
That's for an 18-win team at the time. I'm like, no, that's more like 15, 16 range, if you ask me. And then I know you said we had voicemails. We'll get to them next week. I don't know how relevant they'll be, but
but they'll be fun to listen to.
Oh, of course, I'm sure they will be. Andrew Vaughn hitting in a 9 spot those couple days. I mean, what the hell is going on there? He's not a number 9. Not a number 9 hitter. You want to see that guy get a few more bats. Yeah, he came out with runners on base, but I mean, his approach was just all fucked up. I mean, just the lineup in general just was just driving me nuts. And I'm never one to bitch about the lineups, but I was bitching about that one because I was pretty pissed. So
yeah.
Even Tony called before today's game, he called the offense unacceptable. Well, I say you are unacceptable, Tony La Russa, because you are doing nothing to help this cause right now. I still know players need to hit, they need to do their job, but what the hell are you doing to make this any better? You Hall of Famer.
Seems like the media and fans are starting to turn on Tony again. There was a little bit of a grace period last year when they started playing fairly well, and then when they got swept in the playoffs. But it seems like people are turning on him again.
Well, it's slowly happened. It's not all him, obviously. Like I said, the players need to do their jobs out there. Yeah. They're just not clicking. But I mean, what the hell good is Tony right now if he's not trying to create life in this team? I don't think he's physically able to, obviously. But then you just need to get the fuck out. So, which is what you should do, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know, Greg. This is
one other thing, and this might be one of the this might be his only start like this during the season. But Johnny Cueto had a nice first outing. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
Sinker was moving real nice. He was doing all those different windups and everything. That deception, those faster deliveries, slower deliveries, that stuff he does. That was kind of fun to see. He faces the Yankees again, so they'll probably light his ass up. But it was nice while it lasted. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some hope. I really liked the first start. I didn't really know what to expect. That sinker was moving real nicely. Yeah, it was kind of fun to see. I always kind of liked Johnny Cueto.
I honestly, I was
not anywhere near where he once was, but.
I was definitely kind of worried because it seemed like he was, getting ready in AAA for a long time. And I thought that maybe that was some type of sign that he didn't have it anymore.
Well, I mean, he had no spring training, AAA, so that was kind of like his spring training and everything. And remember, he worked with Ethan Katz in the Giants organization when he was there. So I'm sure that kind of helped him, come to this organization or
right
something along those lines, whatever it is. Of course, we're there to pay him too, so I'm sure he liked that. Not a lot of money, what he's making league minimum or whatever, but whatever. He's pitching again for us, so yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Ride it out. Yeah.
The last thing I had was I'd like to see Davis Martin again sometime because he did some really good stuff for his virtually an unnamed or a nobody in our prospect system. Comes up doing really well in Charlotte. Comes up, faces the Royals. Has a couple rough patches, but like I said, first major league start, got to be nerve-wracking. He did extremely well, and he threw he was attacking the zone very early on. They had to send him down to adjust the correct roster move, so it's really no choice. But we'll see this guy again if he can be I think the White Sox could use like a young player or rookie right now with a little bit of spark that'll get things going. I think guys like that can be exciting. I kind of wish it wasn't the case, but yeah. Hopefully, we haven't seen the last of Davis. I want to see Davis Mills, but it's Davis Martin. So,
can we? What's your take on the other day? Ozzie Guillen was talking about how he didn't like that Tony La Russa gave Tim Anderson the day off during one of the pivotal games.
Yeah,
and kind of ran his mouth, and Tim Anderson just kind of told him to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
With Ozzie responded by saying, "Well, I'm going to win this because I have a microphone and you don't," which I thought was hysterical. But
yeah.
What's your take on that? That rusting these guys when they might need to play to win.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel I didn't really read too much into it. I mean, that's just kind of Ozzie Guillen.
Yeah.
Starting stuff like that. That's his, attitude. And the way I look at it is, what? Anytime there's anytime someone, let's say, upsets Tim Anderson or kind of gets his blood boiling a little bit, he comes out and he just shoves the next day. So if that was the case here, I am totally fine with that. I mean, I tend to agree with Ozzie more, but I mean, if he's getting a day off, I would rather see him in the lineup. But if that was I don't know the details of it or why that was the case, but yeah, TA's killing for us right now. So he does belong in the lineup. But if Ozzie Guillen got him all riled up, I think that's amazing. So.
And it was worth it. Then it was worth it, right? I gotta tell you, as much as I couldn't stand Ozzie as a manager of the White Sox, but since I'm a Cubs fan and I just couldn't stand him as a broadcast, not even a broadcaster, analyst, I don't know, sports contributor, I guess you'd call him. I love him as a speaker like that. He is hysterical.
He's great. He's great,
and especially when he's on the radio talking to people, and he lets it all fly for better or for worse, which has definitely got him in trouble in times in the past. But yeah. I don't know. So, all right. We also have the Cubs to talk about. Stop the presses. The Cubs have won 3 series in a row.
No,
I don't believe it. They had a 4-game winning streak as of last week or earlier this week, which ended. But I don't want to. I know he was getting on me that I was turning on him too quickly, but I mean, I don't know. They were looking pretty pathetic.
Can you turn on a team that's terrible though? I mean,
well, can you turn on a team whose owner has turned on the fans?
Yeah, I guess you can.
I don't like Tom Ricketts.
I know you.
So couple things there. So yeah, they've won 4 games, or they had won 4 games in a row. They won 3 straight series against San Diego, which is a pretty good team, Arizona, which is an okay team, and then Berg, which is a garbage team. Not with the Cubs though, because they have a better record than them.
Yeah.
He also
that was cool.
It was pretty cool, and he also supposedly told Wilson Contreras, he's like, "I'm going to hit a home run tonight. I'm going to do it." And he's like, "Okay, go for it." Confidence. And then lo and behold, he did. So I'll be honest, this guy was not on my radar. I looked at his stats, not really that great in AAA in general, but we'll take it. We'll take it. So
yeah.
We'll see how it goes. He could be good, could be bad, but can't be any worse than what they're trotting out there right now. Especially Patrick Wisdom is kind of struggling again, which doesn't help a whole lot. But yeah, so the other thing with the Cubs, Brennan Hughes came up, strikes out 5 in 1 2/3 innings, which was every batter he faced, which was a pretty good look for a new pitcher to come up from the minors. And then Ed Howard, unfortunately, he's in low single A, one of their huge prospects. He is out for the season with a hip injury. So that was kind of a downfall there, kind of a negative, not a positive for sure. And yeah, so I mean, Cubs are kind of in limbo, not that great. They're sitting at 15-21 now. They're not making the playoffs, but they got to at least past the Pirates. That's unconscionable that they can't beat.
Yeah, don't finish below the Pirates or Reds or anything.
The Pirates are barely running out a team. I'm surprised they can field 9 people at this point. So yeah,
I had a Cubs not question but theory for you, Justin. So playing MLB The Show 22 right now, and I'm doing multiple different game modes, and one of them is a fantasy draft franchise mode. So I control every team, and I just kind of, play games here and there. I was completely computer generated or anything and everything. So I want to read you off the Cubs roster
All right.
In MLB The Show, or at least the depth chart. And I want you to tell me if you'd rather have, I'm going to read off the positions. I want you to tell me if you'd rather have the current position player on the Cubs or the MLB The Show fantasy.
All right, let's hear it. What do you got for me?
All right. So catching for the Cubs in MLB The Show is A's catcher Sean Murphy. Him or Wilson Contreras?
I think I'd rather have Wilson Contreras.
I think I would rather have him too. The backup catcher is Reese McGuire, who's pretty much the White Sox starting catcher. So
yeah, well,
he started like 19 freaking games for us. So
right.
I like him, but Jesus Christ. I had first base. I'm going to consider the Cubs have Alfonso Rivas, Vinny's guy at first base. Would you rather have him or Paul Goldschmidt?
All right, this might be.
Paul Goldschmidt is a St. Louis Cardinal.
Yes, this might be a bad take, but Paul Goldschmidt is got to be getting near the end of his career at this point. And Alfonso Rivas has a lot of time ahead of him.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go Rivas on this one.
Just
because of the potential.
Rivas, banking on the potential.
Yes, and actually, I'm glad Pretzel Vince just put in our YouTube chat. What do you guys think about Alfonso Rivas taking the place of Frank the Tank at first? You know, Rivas isn't showing too much right now. He's got a .2 WAR. He's got a 226 batting average, 10 RBIs, 349 on base, which is pretty good. 377 slugging and a 727 on base plus slugging. So I'm hoping he's still got a little more to show. He's got some, potential.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I would take him more for the potential because how old is Paul Goldschmidt? Let's look right now.
He's 34, I believe.
34. Yeah. 34, okay. Well, that just cements it. I would take Rivas at this point. So
really.
Yes. Okay. Probably not the best take there, but that's what I would do.
At second base, who's a Cubs second baseman? Is it still Nicky Batts?
No, he's injured.
I forgot he's hurt. Yeah.
Nicky Strikeout or Nicky Groundout is hurt. So I believe currently they have what's his name from Jonathan Villar. I believe is playing second. Yes.
Okay. Well, let's just say Madrigal for shits and giggles.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Would you rather have Nicky Three Strikes or Donovan Solano of the Cincinnati Reds, kind of like a utility former Giant player? Never heard of the guy, have you?
No, I haven't heard of him. I'm looking him up right now. He is 34 as well. I guess I'll take Nicky Three Strikes, Nicky Batts. Donovan Solano's nickname is Donnie Barrels. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. We've got a little bit of pop
about second baseman having nicknames. I guess I'll take Madrigal again on the sake of potential. Because Solano is 34 as well. He's my age, which I guess he's almost over the hill. So there you go.
At shortstop, you have Nico Horner, Andrelton Simmons, right?
Yeah, yes. Horner is injured as well, but
Horner's hurt right now.
But yes, you're correct.
We'll go with Horner.
Sounds
good.
Because
the player here is a younger guy, Garrett Hampson. Okay. I don't know what team he's on. I'm not even sure if MLB The Show didn't make him up.
Garrett Hampson is from Colorado. He is 27.
Ooh.
Currently batting 179. I will take Nico Horner. I will take Nico Horner.
All right. I think I know the answer to this next one, Justin, but I'll read it anyway.
Right,
so at third base, you could have Patrick Wisdom currently, or you could have Austin Riley of the Braves.
I don't even know who Austin Riley is. Let me look him up here.
He is a very young and very good baseball.
I will take Austin Riley because Patrick Wisdom's day in the sun is just about over. So,
moving to left field, Ian Happ's playing left field for the Cubs. Would you rather have Ian Happ, your guy, or Lourdes Gurriel Jr. of the Blue Jays?
You know what? I'm going to give Ian Happ the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to take Happ because he's really turned it around and impressed me.
All right, look at that on the Happ train.
This isn't good that I'm picking half the Cubs team and they suck. So I don't know what I'm doing right now.
I'm finding this very interesting. Okay,
insight to my soul.
In center field, who's playing center field? Is it Hayward? Is it Ortega?
It's a combination of Hayward and Ortega. Yes.
Well, let's just say
and Hermosillo until he got hurt too.
Right. Let's just say Ortega because I know you're dumping Hayward no matter what.
I'm dumping both
of them. Okay,
both of them can go.
This is another guy we're gonna have to look up right here. MLB The Show didn't make him up, which they shouldn't be doing because they should have full access to minor league rosters. How about Micah Price? Price.
Micah Price. Let's check. Baseball Reference says
he was born
in 90. These kids are young. Jesus.
Was he born?
98.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He is currently in Cleveland. He's got 6 plate appearances this season and batting 167.
Taking your chance with this guy. You're sticking out.
He's already 24.
Ooh.
So he was in AA this year. He never even was in AAA. So
the show hasn't raised in the 70s.
I guess I'll take Hayward. I guess just for his speech.
Wow,
I don't know.
The speech. This Micah Prize getting no freaking speeches out.
No, he's not giving speeches during the World Series. So
the hell with this kid then.
Yeah.
All right, right field. Seiya Suzuki or MLB The Show's right fielder for the Cubs, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. I like Seiya so far, but Mookie Betts has way more proven himself than Seiya has at the MLB level. Obviously, Seiya was a huge star in the Japanese leagues, but he's up and down. So Mookie Betts is a star in my opinion. So I will take Mookie Betts.
Who's DHing for the Cubs? Is it Frank the Tank right now?
Yeah, it was, yes. But it's kind of like a rotating. Yan Gomes is DHing it sometimes too.
Oh, yeah, Yan. Yan Gomes or no. Frank Schwindel or Cole Calhoun?
I don't even know who Cole Calhoun is.
Cole Calhoun plays for the Rangers. Rangers or Rockies? No, he's on the Rangers.
Cole Calhoun? Oh, he's my age. Oh, man.
A lot of 34-year-olds.
Yeah.
Or is he on the rock?
God, this guy looks like he's about 45. What?
This guy's 50.
This guy's dead.
He's doing really well right now.
Yes, in his last 7 games, he batted .478. Yeah, I'll take him, I guess, because the guys they're running out for DH right now is not great.
No more Frank.
Although he's got a .297 on base, which is not that great. So, So there you go.
Okay, lastly, pitching staff. I guess you don't have to swap these. You can do Charlie Morton.
I would take him, yes.
Kyle Hendricks, he's already on the
I would take him, yes.
Cole Irvin, is that the guy on the Pirates? Or
yeah.
He's on a bad team.
I'll probably ditch him then, I guess.
Dylan Bundy?
No.
Rather have Al Bundy. And what is that?
Not Ted Bundy.
Yeah, no, not Ted Bundy.
No.
Old Sparky got him, so
yeah.
I don't even know. I can't even figure out what I wrote down for the 4th starter, or the 5th starter. But your closer would also be Craig Kimbrell.
No,
not doing that.
No, I will take David Robertson when he gets back from COVID, so
good old David Robertson.
Yes, no,
so that is the Cubs MLB The Show.
It's good to see that MLB The Show has about as much praise for the Cubs as I do at this point.
So that was all computer generated draft. So that's franchise mode currently going. Videos being uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah, check out our YouTube channel if you are into MLB The Show 22. I'm still waiting. It's June. Usually around my birthday that goes on sale. It has not hit a sale yet, so I'm waiting because then I'll pick it up. So
it's getting a lot of content.
So maybe that's
released.
What's holding it off.
It's probably holding back the sales a little bit because it is still hot.
Still pumping
right
out
now,
some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, real quick, we'll shift gears into around the Major League Baseball. Vinny had a couple things here. We know that in the minors, they have their pitch clock going, and Vinny found an article from the Bleed Cubby Blue, I believe that is SB Nation blog, that the pitch clock is working. It says data on the minor league baseball average time goes back to 2005. Last night's average was a game time of 2 hours and 38 minutes across the full minors, which is a faster than average 9-inning game for any other level since year measurements began. So it is working, and they started measuring this since this was the last time it was less than 238 was 1985. So the lowest time of a baseball game in 36 years, almost 37 years. So it's working. It says time between pitches is the primary villain. They tallied up all the pitches in both games that were called inaction pitches, pitches that resulted in a ball, called strike or swinging strike that didn't result in the end of an at-bat or advancement of a runner. These are the pitches where the catcher caught the ball and threw it back, whose next step was to throw it back to the pitcher. Foul balls didn't count. There were 146 inaction pitches in the 1984 game that they looked at and 144 inaction pitches in the 2014 game they looked at. And that total time is a 57-minute and 41-second block of time. So that inaction pitch time that they are wrapping their heads around is what's causing the delay of games. So this pitch clock speeds that up, and I guess it makes sense. I had never really thought about the inaction when the game's not being put into play, the ball's not being put into play, but that does make sense. So there you go.
Oh, it'll be here soon enough. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
yeah,
I think it's inevitable. So
yeah, it's on its way. It's on its way. So since the new pitch clock was adopted on April 15th, the average minor league baseball game is now 2 hours and 35 minutes.
that is so short.
That is great. I
baseball.
love that. Give me that. I love going to Cubs games, but man, by like the 6th inning, I'm like, all right, let's speed this up a little bit, especially when they're getting blown out. I'm kind of exhausted from sitting in the bleachers and my back hurts.
Stop the bleeding already.
Yes, make it stop. So in comparison, Greg, do you want to take a guess what the average game time of a Major League Baseball 9-inning game is this year?
The average?
Yes.
3 hours and 13 minutes.
Wow. Excellent. You are super close. 3 hours and 5 minutes, which actually seems like it's a faster sped up time as well.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay. There you go. That is a reduction of 13.4%. So there you go.
That's significant. So
yeah, it's working. But that also might be whatever humidor ball that Major League Baseball has rolled out that is not resulting in a lot of offense either, which would go against their plan of shortening the games anyway. So yeah, there you go.
They have swimming around in the Dead Sea in a cage and then have them shipped over. So
the other interesting piece of news from Major League Baseball this week is the Reds, the lowly Cincinnati Reds. I'd call them more of a AAA team at this point. They threw a no-hitter and still lost the game this week. So if you weren't familiar with that, they had a no-hitter. I believe it was a combined. No, I don't know. No, maybe it wasn't
a combined no-hitter, wasn't it?
Combined no-hitter, yes, because I believe they took out their pitcher eventually because he gave 5 walks and walked in a run, which led them to losing the game. So
that's like Edwin Jackson style, right?
Yes, it doesn't happen often, but you can throw a no-hitter and lose the game.
It's happened before, not often.
It will happen again.
It will happen again. Probably with the Reds again.
You have to be a special type of bad and good, sort of, to do that. So congratulations, Cincinnati Reds. Keep being you. Keep doing you.
What was the whole thing about like the fans were going to take a shit inside the stadium or something like that? Did you hear about that?
I did not hear that.
There's like some kind of poop gate going on or something.
Really?
I forgot how it is exactly. I should have read up on it more.
Much different than the product.
Yeah, it was
field, so.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm surprised Oakland's not going that direction already.
Yeah,
so with their just disgracefulness to fill that shit bag of a stadium. So
yes,
I know those statements contradict each other, but they're just pathetic. So
they are. Pathetic is a whole other word for it. All right. Well, we do have Vinny did put together our hot or not for this week. Would you like me to go through it, Greg?
We can do it. Who's hot and who's not?
Yes, I will. Maybe I can I can put in the sound bites, but I know last week I just talked over them as I was putting them in, so it was a little bit difficult. But
it worked.
All right, Greg, who do you think is hot this week on the White Sox, and who is not?
Well, I see who Vinny has.
You're looking at the same doc as I am.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same doc. So I would have guessed Tim Anderson and Luis Robert because they are just fucking tearing it up.
Okay.
And I know Vinny has AJ Pollock down, slashing 304, 346, 435, 781 with 2 stolen bases, 2 RBIs, and 5 strikeouts. Yeah, he's also played less. He's been a boner in the field, and he's not driving in, or he's not 2 RBIs. He didn't drive anyone in today. So, you know what? AJ Pollock, he might be the hot guy, but no, sorry. That's TA and Luis Robert right now. So. Who's not hot? Leori Garcia. Yeah, that hasn't changed. 231, 231, 231, 462. Actually, that's a lot better than what he had been doing, I think. His average is going up. 7 strikeouts, 3 RBIs. BABIP. Pollock has a BABIP of 368, Garcia 316, and weighted runs created plus Pollock at 128, Garcia 33. All right, weighted runs created plus. Where are those weighted runs on the scoreboard? Don't see them.
They're not there. They're not there. Not there at all.
But yeah, AJ Pollock has been playing pretty well. So just keep it up.
Yeah.
Hit against the freaking Yankees, you bums.
I don't know how well that's going to go for you, Greg.
I don't know.
We
got to face Nestor Cortez again, I think.
Yeah, that guy, man. You look at that guy. You look at Nestor Cortez, and you're like, "Oh, this guy can't be good at sports."
Yeah,
and then it's like, "Oh, he's pretty good.
He's gonna be an all-star."
Yeah, did not see that coming. Did not see that coming. So, all right, we have the Cubs. Hot Ian Happ batting 316, 458 on base percentage, a 526 slugging, and a 985 on base plus slugging, 1 home run, 2 RBI, and 5 walks. He's taken his walks. Who's not?
That's more walks than the White Sox have had in like the past week collectively as a team. So
that's not good.
If you don't count today when TA took 2 walks, like that's how often they're walking. Like I think their average is like maybe a quarter of a walk per game or something.
I think you're right. Who's not, though? Patrick Wisdom. It seems like just him and Frank Schwindel are duking it out for who can be the shittier corner infielder between first base and third base. Sorry. Patrick Wisdom batting 111, 158 on base, 333 slugging, and a 491 OPS, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 home run for the week. So,
come on,
not good. Happ's BABIP is 313, which isn't bad, and Wisdom's is a 143, which is not good. Their WCR plus, Happ's at a 182, and Wisdom is at a 36. Let's look at what Vinny's got for us.
Look at that. Cole Calhoun, who's hot. 7 games.
Good thing I'm taking him on my Cubs team.
478, 552, 1.174, and a 1.726 OPS, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, a triple. Look at that. See you later. See ya. You got Cole Calhoun slamming for the Cubs in MLB The Show 22.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well.
But who's not? Wander Franco, 091, 125, 091, 216, 2 strikeouts, grounding into double plays. Yeah,
not good.
He's still gonna be great.
yes, he will.
He is great.
He's in Tampa. Right, Tampa always gets these guys, and then when they get too expensive, they ditch him. But they signed him to a long.
He got a long term. He got a long
contract.
So we'll see what kind of trade gets worked out down the line.
Oh yeah. He will not serve that whole contract. So there you go. There's our baseball talk for the week. We don't have any football talk, so we can skip that segment. The Bears are who they thought we were, I guess. But we do have some NHL playoff talk, and Greg is obliged to let me talk about the NHL playoffs.
Yes.
Again. So real quick, before we get to Greg's Flames, which he is completely bought in, I think he's ditched the Lightning, though, it sounds like. Have you ditched the Lightning altogether?
I've never heard of him.
Okay, fair enough. So right now, just to recap, we know that Florida beat Washington in their first round, and Tampa, unfortunately, eliminated Toronto. I called that last week, I believe.
You know, let me just... I picked the Lightning, so Toronto would win, but Toronto let all of us down. They let Jake Hahn down. They let you down. They let me down. So, you know,
they are quickly approaching Cubs level of incompetence when it comes to winning in the playoffs. They have not won a playoff series since 2005, I believe.
Oh man,
yeah, I was a senior in high school. Now I'm an old man.
White Sox World Series happening, so.
Yeah. So that's like another lifetime ago at this point. So that was disappointing. Florida and Tampa are playing each other in the next round. Florida was the President's Trophy winner, but they are down 2-0 against Tampa. Tampa trying to make it a 3 back-to-back Stanley Cup champion. Carolina knocked out Boston, also a little bit of a surprise, and New York knocked out Pittsburgh, which kind of was going to happen eventually. Pittsburgh was they had some injuries. Crosby came back from a concussion, but didn't have enough to put them over the edge. Carolina currently leads the Rangers 1-0 in that series. Avalanche and Blues are playing each other because they both made it to the next round, and the Avalanche are currently losing to the Blues 2-0, but they are 1-up in the series so far. And let's get to the series that, Greg, I have taken a more interest in this series because of you. So thank you. So
normally you wouldn't
normally I wouldn't care as much, but I've jumped on the Calgary bandwagon because it makes me happy that you're happy. And obviously Toronto got eliminated. That was one of my teams I was rooting for. LA got eliminated in a close series. They were the underdog. That's my other go-to team besides Toronto and the Hawks. So I've kind of lost interest. Colorado, I'm still pulling for because I do like Colorado. I have my Avalanche hat here somewhere. I was going to wear it tonight. So I'm watching that series, but honestly, I don't really care about Florida and Tampa, and I don't really care about Carolina and New York too much. So it's really most of these Western Conference games. The reason I'm particularly excited about this Calgary at Edmonton series is, one, I love when things don't go according to plan. Edmonton has the 2 best players in the entire league in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on their team. and they always find a way to screw things up. And I just love that. I love the chaos. That might be why I like when the Bears lose, because I love the chaos that happens. And last night, obviously we talked a little bit. You were watching the game. I turned it on and Calgary was up 3-0. And I'm like, oh God, I don't even need to watch this. And I went back to the Cubs game, which was a mistake.
I texted you because they pulled their goalie.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you, Justin, I'm like, Justin, I don't think this happens very often. What's going on?
Not in the first 7 minutes.
Like, oh, that can't be good. Yeah, it was only 7 minutes into the game. They're like, yeah, they need a wake-up call. And then I remember you mentioned Connor McDavid. He scored soon after that.
Yes.
The final score ended up being 9-6.
9-6,
I know Calgary was upset with allowing so many goals, but I think we said from the start that this was going to be a pretty high-scoring game, and it certainly was. I mean, 9-6. Woof.
Yeah, that's like a 1980s hockey game, like when the goaltenders were not as good and their padding was not as good.
This is like the battle for Alberta, right? So
this is a big deal.
Teams. Yeah.
This series in the playoffs has not happened for 30 years, so it's even more heated because it's taken so long for it to get back to this again.
Right. Because there's words exchanged on the ice.
I know Milan Lucic decked Connor McDavid a little late, and there was a little bit of a scuffle after that. It's a great series. So if you're going to watch one series, I would recommend watching this one, because these two teams, I say they don't like each other. It's more the fans that can't stand each other, but I think that bleeds into the team a little bit.
Sure.
And the goaltending on both teams has been a little subpar lately, so you might see another high scoring game.
Yeah.
The one thing in this series that kind of I found funny, and I'm curious on your take. So one of the assistant captains on the Calgary Flames is Matthew Tkachuk. His dad was a longtime St. Louis Blue and Arizona Coyote. Keith Tkachuk, also Olympic athlete too for Team USA. He's got two sons. So Matthew Tkachuk, if I'm getting this correctly, is one of the assistant captains for the Calgary Flames, and Brady Tkachuk, I believe, is now the captain of the Ottawa Senators, who is a complete train wreck. They haven't made the playoffs in years. They're a nightmare to watch.
Have any of the Tkachuks ever played on the Canucks?
I do not believe so. No.
Okay, that's a shame.
That Tkachuk, I like it.
Yeah.
I like where you're going with this. But the reason I bring this up is Keith Tkachuk and their mom, and then Brady Tkachuk, current senator, they're all going to the Calgary Flames. They're all decked out in red to support, the brother, the son. And some of the Ottawa Senator fans have been bitching that they don't like that their captain is there pushing for the Flames because of his brother. To which I say, shut the hell up. It's a good story. It's a fun story. You're not even in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Who cares?
I mean, how many times do you see, when one of the Manning brothers was in the Super Bowl or whatever, and you see you see not even former players, you see current players. At games when they're not playing anymore. So pulling for especially family. It's family.
It's family. I couldn't believe that when I read that.
Is this like a Canadian thing where they just flip a switch when hockey comes on the screen?
The Canadian teams,
they just enrage themselves. So.
Do not like each other. I think you would think too. I always find it interesting, especially with the playoffs. A Canadian team has not won the Stanley Cup since 1993. So it's been a long time.
Really?
So it makes
they are getting pissed up north there.
I think it's coming now to that credit. There's 6-7 Canadian NHL teams as opposed to the 24, 23 other American teams, which is a little unbalanced. But I'm like, come on, it's their brothers. And the Senators and the Flames are not even in the same conference, let alone the same division. Let them have some fun. I don't know. I thought it was a good story. I thought it was stupid though that they were doing that.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. I mean, that's definitely interesting. But that's something to get mad over. Like, pay attention to the game or whatever.
No,
Take it out on the ice
it's
or
not.
Whatever.
It's definitely not. But so there you go. So we will see the Flames and the
Oilers.
Flames and the Oilers play again tomorrow. Late game, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central Time. So
yes, I will say too. I texted you. I forgot Duncan Keith was on the Oilers.
Duncan Keith is he's on the Oilers.
Yes.
He if he were a car, the needle is about to break off, saying he's got no gas left in the tank. I think he's getting very close to hanging it up. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this hour-long segment of Baseball and Whatever. If you enjoyed what you were listening to and would like to check out the second half of our show, which is our Whatever segment, where we talk about sometimes other sports, video games, movies, TV, Bond, Star Wars, video games. I don't know. Anything else we're interested in? A lot of top 5 lists. Be sure to search us on YouTube. Search Baseball and Whatever. Feel free to throw a subscribe our way. We would love that. You can also find us on your podcast app of choice by just searching Baseball and Whatever. We are on all the major ones as well as all the minor ones because that's how we roll around here. If you want to reach us, you can tweet us at Baseball and What. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/baseballandwhatever. You can also email us at baseballandwhatever@gmail.com or baseballandwhateverpodcast@bellyupsports.com. And probably the easiest, most fun way to get hold of us is our text line/voicemail line, which is 913-808-3278. That number again is 913-808-FARTS. There you go. Vinny, you got anything to add?
Nope, I am good.
You're good. You're all cleaned out. That's excellent. Good to hear. And Greg, what do you want to add?
I got nothing. I had a lot of fun with you guys, and we should do that sometime.
Sounds great. Let's do it.